This is a class where you'll learn something about how to teach reading, which, in case no one's told you yet, is serious business. You are learning how to give kids access to language, to books, to their futures, and I care a lot about that. So before we dive into all of the things that we're going to cover in this course, we need to get a few things straight about how this is going to work and why it matters. You're coming into this class as a real human being with a real life and real brain. Some of you are neurodivergent. Some of you are balancing school, work, and family. Some of you are dealing with anxiety, executive dysfunction, burnout, or just the slow chaos of trying to be a person right now. You don't have to prove your pain to earn compassion here. I believe you. That's why I built this course, assuming you are not a productivity robot. You'll find structure here, yes, but you'll also find flexibility. Deadlines, also yes, but also support. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to engage. And speaking of structure, let's be clear about what you're walking into. This is not a vibes-based course. I'm not throwing the syllabus out the window and seeing where the breeze takes us. There are expectations here. There are rubrics, there are guidelines, there are deadlines, there are exams. And that's intentional, because in the real world, especially in a reading classroom, structure is not oppression, it's scaffolding. Your future students will need consistency. They will need you to build something steady enough for them to stand on. If you can't hold structure now, you can't teach it later. So I'm modeling that for you, and I will be supportive. I will be flexible when it's needed, but I will not be shapeless, because endless flexibility doesn't prevent the spiral. It just delays it. And we're not here to delay our spiral until it explodes all at once. You're paying good money. We're here to move forward. Now, before we go any further, I need to talk about something important, because I know some of you are already thinking, but why so strict? Why so intense? Fair question. Let's talk about it. You're coming into this course with opinions, and that's normal. You've been a student, maybe a tutor, a sub, a para. Maybe you've sat through that one educational class that made you mad. Maybe you've seen a couple of TikToks that have given you things to think about. And you are allowed to have feelings about education. But understand, I have taught entire classrooms of first graders how to read. Real kids, real needs, real results. I've taught undergrads for almost 15 years. I know where you're going to resist. I know where it's going to feel too rigid or too structured if you're used to just vibes. I am not here to make you comfortable. I'm here to make you ready. This course is designed to actually prepare you to teach some aspect of reading. Not just talk about it, not just vibe about it. Teach it. And that's why the structure is so tight. That's why the expectations are so high. Because your future students deserve a teacher who knows what they're doing. And let's be honest, at the cost of tuition, you deserve a course that's going to jam-pack as much in as seems humanly feasible. Now, along with those expectations, let's be real, that not every brain works the same way. Not every path looks the same, and that's where accommodations and support come in. If you have official accommodations from disability services, fantastic, get them to me early. If you don't have paperwork, but you're struggling, talk to me anyway. You do not need to have a laminated diagnosis card to deserve help. That said, accommodations adjust the path. They don't erase the destination. Support is real and flexibility is real. but so is accountability. You still have to show up. You still have to move, even if movement is messy, even if it's slow, even if it's a little sideways. And I know that movement can be hard when your brain is telling you you're not good enough, when perfectionism kicks in, when anxiety hits you like a freight train. Let's talk about that too, because perfectionism is a liar. Sometimes the moment you need help the most is the moment when your brain tells you to ghost everything. Because if you can't do it perfectly, why bother doing it at all? That's not laziness. That's fear wearing a fake mustache. You stall, you obsess, you vanish. I get that. I have lived that. But you cannot stay stuck. You can turn in late work. You can turn in weird, scrappy, chaotic work. You can even cry over it. But you have to turn it in. You don't have to be brilliant every second, but you do have to move forward. And speaking of things that cause unnecessary spirals, let's talk about grades. Take a breath. You're probably gonna need it. I know a lot of you are clutching your GPA like it's made of spun glass. You've been taught that your GPA is your moral worth, and you've been trained to believe that even if you get one imperfect grade, you'll spontaneously combust. But you are not Rory Gilmore. You don't need to be a tragic, academic overachiever with a coffee addiction and a nervous breakdown timeline plotted out by semester. You need to be a good teacher. That's it. Here's the secret Rory never figured out in time. Perfect grades don't build resilience. Struggle does. Your future students will never ask what grade you got in this class. What will they ask? Can you teach them how to read? Can you adapt when they struggle? Can you show up when it's hard? Grades are one form of feedback. They're not morality points. Care about your work, take pride in your effort, but stop burning yourself out polishing every assignment like it's a Pulitzer entry. Learning is the goal. So, what do I actually expect from you? Simple, but not easy. I need you to show up. I need you to ask questions. I need you to turn things in, even if they're not polished masterpieces. I need you to tell me when you're struggling. Don't ghost me, and don't spiral in silence. And above all, don't wait. Don't wait until the end of the course to say you needed help weeks ago. This class is not about nostalgia. It's not about vibes. It's about becoming the kind of teacher who knows how to help kids find their voice, their stories, and their power. Teaching reading is sacred work, urgent work, and I'm here to help you do it. Now, go click into the next page or scream into a pillow first if you need to, but come back. We've got some readers to raise.